And Jeff is still running fast. He's at 2:02. He's at 4:04 mile pace. And Heidenreich and TT are even farther behind. They're at, can't believe it, 2:08. They are 60 yards behind. Wow. And the next lap comes around. Oh, and here comes Heidenreich. Heidenreich and TT are catching up. Okay. And here comes, they're at their split. 3:12. And now Schemmel is only 20 yards in front of Heidenreich. Heidenreich starting to pick it up a little bit. Pick it up. He's around the first curve. He passes Schemmel with over 330 yards to go. TT now is catching up to Schemmel. Schemmel's in the backstretch. TT goes by him. Heidenreich is 220 yards to go. He is pumping his arms so hard. He is working so hard. He is sprinting towards the finish line. State champion in a time of 4:16. Absolutely. Absolutely. I performed just like I visualized. Well, I thought, this is a pretty cool tool. And I did that for every performance in the rest of my life. Even this one today. So, Toastmasters, close your eyes. I want you to visualize the perfect performance. I see you cheating. I want you to visualize the perfect club. What does the perfect Toastmasters club look like? Thank you. Now you know what it's like. Just do that. You can do that before any performance. It's easy. Very easy. Okay, so here is one of my, this is a picture of me and Coach Bell. This is when I was a sophomore at Indiana University. It is right after the Big Ten championship. And I finished third in the Big Ten in cross country that year, and it was the worst race of my season. Well, wait a minute, third's pretty good. No, it was the worst race of my season. I had won 6 cross country races in a row, broke records in every one of them. For me, this was a bad race. But here's the point. Here's my coach coming up to me and saying, "Hey, Steve, good job. You know, I know it wasn't your best race, but I know you gave it all you had. Good job." We were Big Ten champions. We won the Big Ten championship in this race. The important point here is you see your team members, your Toastmasters doing well. You got to let them know. You got to praise. You got to praise your members. You got to praise your Toastmasters. See, I was blessed. So like I said, I had 3 Olympic coaches. Well, 2 of them were on the same team. Charlie Baker and Coach Bell. Almost every day, they would tell me, during practice, after practice, "Steve, you're going to be an Olympian. You're going to be great. Well, you know what? You tell that to your Toastmasters, you're going to be a great speaker. You have talent. I can see your potential. You could go professional." Okay? You say that to them and they will get excited and things will happen. They will have success. The other thing I learned as a sophomore was I was one of the better runners on the team. And so I would start taking my books on the bus rides, and I would study. Well, what do you think happened? The other team members said, hey, that's not a bad idea. We're on the bus for 8 hours. And so they took books along and they studied. And that helped the team's GPA. You know, the cross-country team and track team all had a pretty high GPA. And that's just the way it was. It was kind of our work ethic. So, you can have great success. Now, let me talk about hard work. Anyone here watch this year's Olympics? Okay, how about that USA team? Let's hear it for that USA team. Great, now. I don't think anyone realizes how much work they do. But those athletes train 4 to 6 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. There's not a day off. There's not a day off. And that's what they do for 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, whatever it takes. They have some of the hardest work ethic there is. It's why they're in the top 0.5%. And that's what it takes. If you apply that to anything you want to be successful in, what's going to happen? Yeah, you're going to be successful. You can't help but be successful. All right, guys. Now, this is a tough one. I'm going to give some clues. Now, I need some help. What is the magic number?
1975.
Gordon, you're a genius! Gordon, you're a genius! Yeah, the magic number is 4! And that was my goal. My magic number was 4. I was going to break 4 minutes in the mile, and I was going to get a 4.0 GPA at Indiana University. And I did it by using the same traits and characteristics of being a great athlete. So I not only did my homework 1 time, I would do it 3 times. Yes, I did my homework 3 times. I did my homework before the lecture. After the lecture, I would do my homework. And then I'd do my homework before the test. Well, do you think that helped my grades? You betcha. You betcha it did. So this is a picture of my first sub-4-minute mile. It is against Nick Rose. Nick Rose was the NCAA cross-country champion in 1974. And Nick won by a few tenths of a second. But what I learned from this, really, your competitors, the people who are better than you, are really helping you. They're really helping you. And so Nick helped me become better. Now what he did, how he outfoxed me, was he had a rabbit in the race. Yeah, a rabbit. I don't know if you know what that is, but what he did was he had a teammate go out 57 seconds the first lap. And I stayed, 30 yards behind. Well, this is way too fast. I can't run that fast, says Steve. And so I'm back 30 yards. His teammate's right behind him. They're at 157. Oh gosh, this is a pace for a 3:53 mile. I can't do that. So I just did, because I visualized a 4-minute race. Right? I visualized a sub 4 minute, just under 4 minutes. Well, that teammate dropped out after 2 laps. Oh man, I was mad. He dropped out. Oh, they just set me up. So I went after him. And I almost caught him. Like I said, I lost by 2 seconds. 0.2 of a second. But most importantly, I had finally broken 4 minutes. And every race I ran after that race was under 4. Yep. Under 4 minutes. I was Big Ten champion, All-American. I finished 4th place in the national championship. Now, just so you know, in the United States, a national championship is really a world championship. Most of the athletes in the finals are foreigners. I was even though I finished 4th, I was the 2nd American. The first athlete was from Ireland. He won, Eamon Coughlin, and then the athlete who finished 3rd was from Kenya. So that was fantastic. Well, so I had good success. And then one day I went home from my studies at Indiana University. I was going to summer school, taking the core business classes, and on the door was a note. Stephen, congratulations. You have made the USA track team. You are to fly to Russia tomorrow. So I get on the phone. Yeah, hey, Dr. Jones, yes, this is Stephen Heidenreich. Yes, sir. Hey, listen, I want to just tell you, I know this is only a 6-week semester class, but I've got to go. I'm going to miss your class for 2 weeks. Yeah, for 2 weeks, sir. I've got to represent the United States running on the USA track team. Yes, sir. I know I'll miss your midterm. Yes, sir. I know it says in the syllabus if I miss the midterm, I get a 0. I know that, sir. But I'm going to take my books overseas and study. And when I come back, I'm going to ace that test. And I went. And the next day, I took a cab to Indianapolis. And I went up to the counter. I said, excuse me, my name is Steve Heidenreich, and I'm supposed to fly to Russia. Oh, yes, Mr. Heidenreich. And she picked up a big red, white, and blue bag that said USA on it. We've been waiting for you. And this is everything you need to represent your country. So I flew to New York, got a passport. Yeah, I got a passport and visa in about 15 minutes. Does anyone, hey, if anyone's had trouble getting passports, come see me. I will tell you how it's done. And so I flew to Russia, and I visualized the perfect performance. I visualized winning that race for our country. Did I win? No, I finished 2nd. You know what? I ran my last lap in 55 seconds, just like I visualized. And I lost, because my teammate ran 54 seconds. But you know what? Again, I was thankful, because he taught me a lesson. If you want to compete at this level, you got to run your last lap in 54 seconds. And that's the way it is. And I used that principle, I used that loss to prepare for the Kenyans. And I trained to beat the Kenyans. And I would do practice. And at the end of my last part of practice would be running after a hard workout, a last lap in 54 seconds. So when that race came, that's what I did. And that year I defeated the Kenyans. Yeah, by running the last lap in 54 seconds with a 3:58 mile. So again, visualize winning. My worst place finish in the USA track team was 2nd. Okay, yes, I visualized winning all of them. But 2nd place in the World Championships in Rome is pretty darn good. Okay, so things are going well. This is me. This is 1976. I'm running indoor track. I've run a 4 flat mile indoors. This is a meet. This is the national championship. And you can see right now is I am going for first place to win the NCAA indoor championship. And then all of a sudden, I'm pushed. I'm pushed off the track. And I go from first place to last place. You know, sometimes as a leader, things are going to happen to your club. Stuff's going to happen. You've got to be prepared. You've got to be prepared. So a week later, I'm going out for a run, and I'm facing traffic. I'm running on the left-hand side of the road with my USA uniform. And all of a sudden, I hear a car running. And okay, it's coming after me. And I try to jump out of the way. And I get hit from behind. And I fly over the car, and my head slams against the concrete. My skull splits. My jaw breaks. And I'm left to die. Shortly afterwards, another car pulls out of the same parking lot and sees the body trembling on the ground. He's not sure if it's a drunk or what, but then he gets closer, and he's having flashbacks. He's in a helicopter, going over rice paddies. He knows exactly what he has to do. Because in Vietnam, he jumped out of a helicopter to save soldiers. He was an EMT. He grabs his coat in the back seat. He runs to my rescue, treats me for shock, waves down the next car. Go 2 blocks north, call 911. This soldier has been seriously injured. I came out of the coma, but Dr. Rack was right. I was different. Anybody here have any toddlers in the family? Any 2-year-olds? Okay? All right. I woke up the mental age of a 2-year-old in a 22-year-old body. And I had to grow up again. I had physical therapy for 1 week. I left the hospital. Here's a picture of me leaving the hospital with Coach Bell. I'm flown back to my town in Watertown, South Dakota, in a private plane at 8,000 feet because I couldn't handle the pressure of going up high. My mother quit her job. My mother was a special education teaching assistant. She was my nurse, teacher, mother, 24/7. We would go for walks. Hey, Mom, what's that over there? Well, honey, Steve, that's a tree. Mom, what's this thing here? Well, Steve, that's a chair. That's where I started. But miraculously what happened, the brain started healing, rewiring. And I grew up incredibly fast. So I left the hospital in April, and by August, I'm a teenager again. Yeah! Yeah, I'm a teenager. And I decided, wow, I got to go back to college. So I went back to college, the mental age of a 13-year-old taking senior classes. Is that crazy? Yes! But I had the same goals. My goals were, I was going to get a 4.0 GPA, okay? And I was going to train for the Olympics. So here's what happened. What happened was, I did, just like before, I studied hard 3 times. Indiana University says, you know what? We're going to help Stephen. The athletic department says, we're going to provide Stephen with tutors Monday through Thursday from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And I took advantage of that. And I met with my teachers once a week And that semester, despite starting with F's and D's the first couple of weeks, because I had to learn the vocabulary, right? Oh yeah, I had to learn the vocabulary for economics, finance, accounting. But I kept working it. And I finished with my highest GPA ever, a 3.58. And I trained for the 80 Olympics. Okay, so your goals can be met. So here's the key of my presentation. What do you got to do? You got to set high goals, okay? What else?
Visualize.
Okay? All right. You've got to be patient and you have to work hard. That's the way it works. Okay? Nothing is won without hard work. Praise your team members. Praise your club members. You give them praise. You tell them what, and you know what? Not only tell them verbally, write it down. Write it down. One of the most successful things I had as a teacher and a coach, I taught special education. And what I would do in the evening is I would call the parent. You know, I saw a student doing well, I'd call the parents. Hey, Mr. Jones, yeah, Steve Heidenreich. No, your son's not in trouble, sir. No. What I'm doing is I'm calling to let you know he did great. He did so well in school today. You would not believe it. I see him learning at an incredibly fast rate. You see, what happened with a lot of my special ed kids is even though they were far behind, actually through hard work, they learned at a faster rate than the regular kids. Wow, pretty cool. All right, now it's your turn. I want everyone here to think about how these traits can help your club. And I want you to think, okay, what can I do? How will this help me be a better leader? Okay? And then I want you to do that this coming year and have a very successful club.